evening, chickens. Oh wow, everybody's all ready for bed. You guys all ready for bed? You guys don't want treats? That's fair enough. I get that. Give me a second. We're gonna get your door put up. But I know what you guys doing. Yes. I know what you doing. So, welcome y'all to the coop. If you're tuning in with the notifications, I don't know how to send out notifications. I'm working on it. All these notifications that pop up that don't normally pop up. Weird. Hi, babies. Are you guys ready for the treats? We got a big moth up there. Getting to that light. Oh, I need to bring in a low light, like one that the bugs can go to. You guys can chase them. There we go. Okay, let's see if this thing will actually change the screen. Go to camera 2. Check the Twitch feed. We should be going over to, there we go. That looks like, yep. Woo! That's so cool. If we can change that remotely. Oh my gosh. How exciting. Alright, so what y'all get to experience tonight is putting to bed. We've done morning streams, and you know, I get it. Everybody's getting ready for work, or you like, you don't want to get up that early if you don't have to. I get it. So just kind of go through the going to bed process here. We'll show that up there. I'm going to put up the door or the wall so that the babies don't get too cold and they are safe from predators. We're in the process of refitting this old cockfighting ring on this little homestead we got. Like, this is not your average chicken coop. This was built for an intention that was what most of us civilized folk would not find very appealing, or I would say at least as animal lovers. It would be one thing if it was just the chickens fighting, but a lot of these fighters, they put weapons on their chickens, and so I don't feel that's right. That's just me. Yes. Okay, I was able to put this thing up yesterday, and for some reason, what? I can't now? That's funny. Ow. There we go. Just a little higher. I totally missed the wood. That was just pitiful. That's what that was. Come on. Fine. We'll put it here. There we go. We want to make sure our chickies are safe. And right now the only danger to them are raccoons. Here we go. Okay. And cold weather. You don't even got rats, so I feel very, very blessed by that. Alright, and then I need that stick from over there. Hi, baby. Over the course of the next few weeks, we're going to get this thing all ready for winter and egg laying and for the springtime and access outside, so they will be able to really, you know, stretch their wings. Why is that not fitting? Oh, there we go. There we go. I was off by just a hair. There. I prefer starhead like shaped bits. I do not like those because I can't hit things straight. Anyways, what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the heat lamps because it is getting a little bit on the cold side at night. There we go. And we'll shut off the overhead light. Get my hand out there. And now we've got some nice ambient lighting. And for those who are interested, we're going to be giving them their evening treats. And normally I only come out with a handful, and I just kind of sit and eat, and I do the whole nice little quiet thing. We've got our sick chicken over here, and I'll be bringing him inside with me tonight. But I do love my chickens, and it's been a stressful day. So let me get a nice little spot set up so you can see and enjoy the chicken feedings. And I have no idea if anybody's there. I don't even have a chat set up on here or anything. Like, we're just going for it. But if you do have questions, pretty soon we're going to have a Discord channel set up. I will be able to access live chat because I want to build community too and bring the amazing awesomeness of chickens to everybody. Oh, wait, you know what? I do have access to Twitch right now. So if you are watching, I've got Twitch. Let's see. Right there. Okay. I just need to check to see where you can see. And now things are about to get fun. I don't think I have. I don't think I put Rumble Studio on this one. I do know, I think I could put it on this one though. There we go. So let's go. I don't know how well you can see. Let's get this down just a little bit. Just a little bit. There you go, babes. There you go. They don't like it. I usually just give them some mealworms and stuff, and I kind of mixed it up with some other grains to kind of slow down the. Some of these aren't even paying attention to what they're doing. They're just like, attack. What is that? Yes. Somehow got turned around and didn't even know what happened. Hi, Chicky's up there. You want to come down? I got treats. So one of the things I actually love doing when I'm out here is really paying attention to their behavior. And while sometimes I will talk a little bit on the silly side, I really like to pay attention and study the chickens and their behavior. And you'll get to see some of that tonight. Oh, poor Howard over here. He's wanting some. I have a black cock in my arm. Is that chicken dead, or is it just really sleeping well under the lights? It just had its tail stepped on. It is really sleeping well under the heat lamp. It's like, oh, thank God. Yes. You know, that's kind of what I do when I get into a hot bath. I just go, oh God, yes. And you just kind of lay out and go into a coma. Who's beeping? Tick, 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 tick. Babies, what's up? Oh, Charlie. Are you trying to get treats, Charlie? Poor little guy. So Charlie broke his leg last week, and he's still recovering. Babies. So the sun has gone down. It is dark out, and normally I have everything shut down, and I wanted to see if anybody was going to stay up and go against their clock. About half the flock. Let's see, how many chicks we actually got out there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and a very hesitant 9. I see, it looks like 2 Somanis, 3 Ideals, and the rest are Ketawas. AM Ketawa, which is the breed, are Indonesian imports, and they're called the laughing chicken. That's what AM Ketawa means. Of course, we have our AM Ketawa cockerel, George here, our oldest guy, who started crowing at 2 weeks old. Weirdo. Yeah. Food's involved. He don't care. Oh, somebody got a bug. They don't really seem to care for the other scratch. They just want the worm. Why are you guys over by the door? They've only started going by the door, and I don't know why. They only started doing that today. Oh, Charlie, are you ready for bed, buddy? Yeah. What's wrong with you, dude? Like, so I have one of the giants over here, and he's just freaking out like something's biting him. And so I may want to check him. He may actually have something biting him. They were going after ants earlier. But you okay, dude? Whoa. What's up, dude? Yeah, you know what? I don't think they like the evening thing, and they certainly aren't happy with the treats I've given them. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just put this in for tomorrow's chicken scratch treasure hunt. There we go. Because I don't want to stress out my chickens. I don't like doing that. I do like to see what they are into. And as the days are getting shorter, um, I want to keep them kind of on a consistent schedule. Uh, that's more important for the egg layers because they will reduce their egg laying as it gets darker. Um, but we do have the benefits of indoor lighting, you know. And I honestly find it's very peaceful to come out here. But I will shut up now, and we'll go ahead and let the chickens get settled in. They're up there. They fight for position. Sometimes, because they are still babies, they want to get under each other. And so that you'll see them up there trying to like nuzzle in under the other ones. Kind of fun. What happened there? What are you guys going after? I think they're trying to get those big moths up there. I can't believe there's 3 Ketawas up there, and they are, no, because I know there was only 3 that were 5 days old, and everybody else I got within 24 hours of their birth. And George was one of the older ones. So, oh my gosh, so at 6 weeks, look how big those hens are. Like this week they just exploded. I'm supposed to shut up so you guys can enjoy the chickens. But I'm just absolutely awed. Like, just a couple weeks ago, and I'm gonna be putting up videos. Like, these were still like little babies. And I'm like, those are adult chickens there. They're really not, they're teenagers, but they won't even start laying eggs until they're 4.5 months old. So, no, they're not gonna hatch now. Hi! Look at this beautiful chicken. Isn't that a beautiful boy? That might be a hen. It's hard to tell, because normally at this stage, like with the other chickens, you can tell. Their combs start going red, and their wattles come in. I think this is actually a hen, because, I mean, I can kind of see wattles, but her comb isn't very pronounced. It's a beautiful comb, don't get me wrong, sweetheart. But, you know, it's kind of hard to make out the what. You're looking at me funny. What are you going to do? Hi. No, you can't. No, you can't eat my teeth. Those are my teeth. They stay in my mouth. Whoop. And this is why I wear a mask and sunglasses in the coop. Because they're teenagers. And they'll peck my eyes out and rip my lips off. Are you going to go to sleep on my arm? You're thinking about it. Alright, these babies want to go to sleep. I mean, yeah, they seen the treats and they're like, oh hell yeah. Oh hell yeah, but I can tell that some of the chickens are actually distressed right now. They want to go to bed. They know what time it is. And by continuing to stress them out, that will, yeah, that'll make them more susceptible to getting sick. So, I'm going to go on over here, and we're going to shut off the other lights. And then we're just going to hang out and watch them go to sleep. Ready? There we go. And, kind of tell everybody's heading on in. The chickens who don't want to roost, and they know the benefit of the heat lamp, they're going to go in there. But by morning, most of the chicks will be up there on the roost. So I'm going to quiet down and let you guys listen to the ambient chicken stream. There's a chicken who fell asleep at my foot. Howdy, Jedi. Thanks for joining us. Letting the babies get settled in and go to sleep. Now the sound you'll all be listening for is this little, and when they start to do that, that means they're settled in and they're getting content. I heard one. I'm not sure quite how to do it, but with the Prism live stream, what I can do is I can tap into my phone app for the security camera, which has the nighttime vision. So it's got the infrared, and that's really cool because then you can see the chickens at night. The problem is it will only run for about 20 minutes before it stops streaming. It's not very consistent. Sometimes it'll run uninterrupted. Like I've had it run for 24 hours, and then I get a notification and suddenly it all stops, and I can never get it back up again, even though I do a restart. It's weird. But yeah, man, if I could have one of those set up for the nighttime stream, pretty nice. Everybody's starting to settle down. There we go. Got one last chicken looking for a place to roost up there. The neighbors are playing their music. Babies. Let's see. Going to ISO. Clear. I don't want to increase it too much. Phone just went off. I thought that was the stray cat. Settle, babies, settle. Okay. They're gonna move around and they'll find their spot, and they have to step on at least one other chick. I think it's mandatory, especially for the more dominant ones, that they have to step on at least one other chick before they can settle down. The Easter eggers and giants seem notorious about that ritual. And baby's all good for tonight. There's our gimpy Charlie. You watch him. As soon as he feels safe on his foot again, he's going to be up on the top shelf with the rest of them. His growth is stunted because he wasn't eating as much because he was sleeping so much. But he'd still sleep, eating and drinking. He did take care of himself, and he's been picked on relentlessly. But now that cast is off, man, he is standing up for himself. It's pretty funny. He's a good little chick. Look how tiny he is compared to the giants. They're behind him. And it's so funny because those giants were smaller than him when we originally got them. I'm pretty sure that big dark one is a rooster. And I'm gonna take a ridiculous amount of joy in letting the lady know who sold them to me. Those were not hens, and your crystal is not reliable. I want my money back. At least a partial refund. What I may do is, once things get settled, if she's still in business, I'm pretty sure one of those Samani hens is going to go brooding on me. They're known for not laying many eggs, and they're horribly broody, which means they'll set on eggs real easy. And so I'll just see if I can get some gigantic eggs, maybe a dozen or so, and just let her sit on them. Okay, we'll get everybody settled in. There we go. There we go. If it wasn't for the amount of creepy crawlies, I'd probably put a cot out here and just sleep with the chickens. But when something crawls on them, they eat it. I don't want to know. No thanks. Oh, poor Howard in here. He really wants to go snuggle with the rest of them. But I'm afraid he'll get pushed out and into the cold. So I'm going to take him inside. I'm going to switch over the feed. Go back. Oh, I gotta reconnect. There we go. I'm going to switch the feed over. Do that manually. So